Oh, man. The nerve of them. Dude, YouTube is so fucking horny to try to detect copyrighted shit. So you gotta modify your crap. See, I don't even need YouTube to stream, really. I could stream directly from my computer. Don't need a website. That's what's great about the internet. You can do a direct RTMP stream. Don't need Twitch, don't need fucking YouTube. You can just stream directly. I'll go to the bathroom really quick.
She's painting on my back. Beautiful flower pods. And she treats me like her local god. Rose said, quote, it's time to make a mess. This one's yours and yours is self-obsessed. She's painting on my back a green tongue, the beef heart one, and she cuddles and she coos and she cuts the bullshit. I confess. Don't look my way. What can I possibly say? I've never seen you before.
Shit!
Thank you for the roses, for the roses. So thank you for the roses, for the roses. Thank you.
Oops.
For the roses, for the roses. Thank you for the roses, for the roses.
Is it working? Am I banned? Am I banned? Am I perm banned yet?
Now let's talk about a time I had this mortician chair in my apartment. Right there in front of the living room. That's an open invitation. Stranger. Smiling like a face waiting for a telephone call. Of beloved feline. She's in a state and it's California. She's been there for quite a while. I got no presents. I got no presents. Drop the phone, take the plane and come back home again. Drop the phone, take the plane and come back home again. Drop the phone, take the plane and come back home again. Drop the phone, take the plane and come back home again. Drop the phone, take the plane and come back home again. She knows where she goes when she goes for the door now. She knows where she goes when she goes for the door now.
I wonder if it'll detect Talking Heads 5.1. Because I got some Talking Heads albums in 5.1 surround.
By the time of my second car crash, I got totally wired. Like in the days I cut myself off with a razor blade. Nostalgia. Lost myself in so many ways.
See if it detects it.
I can't
Not detected yet. Haha! Looks like I win, faggots. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try another one. This is also 5.1. Let's see if YouTube detects this copyright. Copyright this. Getting away with it.
Look at them yo-yos, that's the way you do it. Play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb.
Well, first of all, it's just a website. It's just YouTube, you know? So there's really no finding me. I'm not trying to hide or anything. It's just that they have a lot of databases that they check your audio and video against. So if it matches, then they call it a copyright, you know? Because they've had several false copyright detections on a lot of my videos that I've had to dispute, and then they overturned. I really think it's... You know, that's why I partly like Twitch better, because Twitch doesn't have that shit. I have streamed full movies on Twitch with no problem. You know, so maybe I should go back to Twitch and not stream on YouTube anymore. YouTube's really locked down. I mean, I obviously have ways around it, which is what I'm doing right now. Well, here's the thing about YouTube, though, Tattoo, is that since it's just a stupid website, you could just make another account. So yeah, it would suck to lose all of your videos and uploads and shit for too many strikes against your account, but you could really, if you wanted to stream pirated shit, you could just make a secondary account. I don't think that they tie your original account with some secondary account. I think they treat accounts separately. Yeah. Well, this is the internet, so I can send these audio files directly to anybody, and nobody can stop me. You understand? It's just something about streaming where it, you know, they try to stop it. But they'll never be able to stop me just uploading this audio file somewhere and you downloading it. They can't, nobody can stop that at all. Because all of our computers and devices are connected to each other on the internet directly. You know, so we don't have to use a website. I don't have to use a website to show people video and shit. I could just send it to them. Because it's not picking up this audio right now. If I played the stereo version, which I do have, I bet it would detect it. So I'm using different things here. Like this. Uh-oh. Why do I have this?
The whispers in the morning.
Yeah, I got the 5.1 of this. Want to make something out of it? Yeah, you didn't know that you could just send files to each other? You didn't know that? Yeah, like, this crap's on my hard drive, so I don't have to, you know. The internet's about sharing. Remember Napster? You never heard of Napster before? Napster was one of the first, well, I was downloading MP3s before Napster, but Napster made it easy so anybody with no technical knowledge can just start sharing MP3s and downloading MP3s. You know? So, you never heard of the Pirate Bay, huh? The Pirate Bay is kind of like that too. It's kind of like the old Napster, I guess, in a way. Where you can just go on there and just download shit right now. Music, movies, ebooks. You know, ebooks and shit are cool. I don't know if you ever downloaded an ebook, but I don't think YouTube blocks ebooks. Look, I'll show you something. I'll share my screen right now and show you what I mean. So, wait, let me see. Alright, so this is the ebook folder on my hard drive. I can open it up and you'll see it's a book. I can scroll through the pages, I can zoom in, I can read the whole book. Because I downloaded this book to my hard drive. You know, I could share it on a stream, but who the hell would want to read a book on a stream? That doesn't make sense. It's better just to share the file. I can go to my magazines. I got a Gun Digest magazine I downloaded here. This is from... Let me zoom in on it. Oops. Yeah, this is May 24, 2021. Is this magazine I downloaded. So this is like a real magazine. You can download them digitally on your hard drive. I'm a gun owner, so I sometimes read some of the articles, you know. And it's very high quality. You see that? And you can actually copy the text. And you can paste this to a website if you want. So it's great. That's ebooks. Then we got movies. Let's see. I got The Wizard on my hard drive here. Remember that movie? Remember Fred Savage? There you go. I got all these movies. I got Ghost, of course.
Who cares what they think?
8 million.
You can just download movies, man. It's great. Jurassic Park in 4K.
Feelings mutual.
It's beautiful.
This is a serious investment.
The raptor fences aren't out, are they?
That's a 4K movie right there. I got The Fly from 1982, is it? 1986, yeah. All of it. Hackers from 95. What a crappy movie this was. Oh, okay, so you do download this. Oh, okay, that's good. Music, tons of Phil Hendry MP3s, you know. I just got shitloads of stuff. So I got different types of music. I got vinyl rips, which are really good quality, actually. And a lot of times they're really different. I have 5.1 surround sound albums. I have stereo albums. Like, if I type... This is like here. This is a 5.1 Celine Dion. I got 5.1 Eagles, Hotel California. Out of 5.1 albums. I like this one. Here we go. Yeah, I got some Aerosmith 5.1 surround music. Of course I do. Psychoacoustic. Oh man. But then I got some really interesting shit like you know, Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. Look at how many fucking versions I've got. I have let's see, I think this is a 5.1. Yeah, this is a 5.1 SACD, as you can tell where it says right here. 5.1, 24-bit, 96 kilohertz SACD. That means Super Audio CD. It's not my favorite version, but it is interesting.
Why should I be frightened of dying?
Then I've got the Black Triangle version, which is a highly sought-after version of this album, which I think is actually a lot of money if you buy it on eBay. This is what it looks like. It's like the Japanese version or something like that. That's what the Black Triangle means. People have done lots of research on this kind of shit, and they try to find what the best version of albums are. And so do I. It's a lot of work, but... The most interesting version of this album that I have is right here. It's called the UK Quad. Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon UK Quad. It's a vinyl, and it sounds really different. Like that song I just played, Great Gig in the Sky. If you listen to the... I mean, it's a typical one, but this version... The lyrics, the vocals are right up to the mic, which is totally different. Oh yeah, Trent Reznor, of course. I really like Sunspots by 9 Inch Nails. Oh, did I get kicked again? No, I didn't. Email's not really a good place to communicate. Email's okay, but what's better is Discord. See, on Discord, you could just drag and drop files directly. Like that book I was talking about earlier. Some of these books, if they're small enough, you could just fucking drag and drop them. Like this Deadly Force book. Wait, let me see. Deadly Force, here it is. I think it's small enough where I can just drag and drop it on Discord. There. So it's uploading. and then somebody could just download it right on Discord. It's easy, but it's not the best because it has a very limited space, or it's very limited on how much you can upload. I think you can upload an 8 megabyte file by default. Never pay for this shit. Never. Everything's free on the fucking internet, dude. Free! Why do I have Playboy on here? What the fuck? I think it's probably because I've heard Phil Hendry talk about Playboy before, and I think he mentioned a girl that he knew that was in one or something. I think that's probably why I have a Playboy magazine. I also have John Douglas. He's great. Yeah, John Douglas is awesome. Home maintenance, fucking criminology for dummies. Oh god, those 4 Dummies books are funny. Boosting your immunity for dummies. I wanted to send this to my friend who thinks that COVID is fake or that his immune system can just deal with it. I was going to send him that book. Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Networking. Yeah, you can download all this shit for free. You don't have to pay for anything. I'm a big pirate man. Yeah, I have all the Nintendo powers, even the... Yeah, of course I do. The first Nintendo Power magazine, where they fucked up Mario's color. It's backwards. His inner shirt should be blue, and his outside overall should be red, and his hat should be red too, see? They fucked up the colors on the first issue. There's the right Mario color. Maybe they just fucked up the hat. I think that's what it was. Yeah. I've actually owned some of these magazines, dude. I think this was the first Nintendo I owned, Nintendo Power I owned, from 1990. Remastered Beatles? Yeah, well, I don't know about remastered, but I do have some good versions. This is the 1965 Red Wax Mono Minimax Beatles Rubber Soul. Reminds me of this song. Did you really?
Well, it's all right. Riding around in the breeze. Well, it's all
Oh, what's up, Entity? Hey, Entity, did you go download the MP3s?
right. Doing the best you can. Well, it's all right. As long as you lend a hand.
So the archive is fucking insane for Phil Hendry, dude. It's fucking huge. Just look at some of the sizes here. 28 gigs, 188 gigs, 27 gigs. It's just tons, dude. 54 gigs, 16 gigs, 1.5 gigs in webcasts. One of these don't work right. I don't have the right codec.
Now, what are the odds that a band of misfits is going to get their act together and start winning?
Wow. I don't want to be an optimist, but I think the odds are good.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but I'm thinking they're going to do okay.
I just hope that there's laughs. Speaking of laughs, how's that for a segue? I want to introduce our guest, Phil Hendry. Phil is a radio personality, and we'll get to Phil in a second. I want to tell you what you need to make your batter-up bundt cake. We're going to use butter, eggs, sugar, flour, powdered sugar, buttermilk, salt, baking soda, poppy seeds, and lemons. And how would you... there's really, a lot of times Phil will have guests on. It kind of ties into the movie. There's really nothing about you that ties into this movie at all.
We just wanted to meet you.
Lisa and I are fans. We wanted to have you on. We wanted to meet you. Tell people what it is that you do.
Well, what I do is I do a radio show, not unlike the movie that you're watching. I play a variety of characters. So I guess you could say I'm an actor, but the difference is that the people who call in believe that the characters that I play are real.
Right.
And they get into fierce arguments, and many of them will say things like, I'm a Mensa member, all right? I've got an IQ of 180, so don't try to slip anything by me.
Yeah.
And they're talking to a made-up person.
Yeah.
That's important to note that you are actually interviewing the characters that you're also playing.
I'm
you cut
playing
yourself
these different
off.
parts.
Switch between yourself and the characters so quickly.
Seamlessly.
It's amazing.
Phil Hendry's show. Let's go to Jill. Jill, go ahead.
Oh, my gosh. Woman, you are such a hypocrite. First, I heard you. Would you shut up for 5 seconds and let me talk, okay?
Absolutely, Jill. You're absolutely right.
I heard you. Tell
I love it! It's the best, dude. It's the fucking best. Hendry's the fucking greatest. Who the fuck competes with that master? So I don't give a shit how much of an asshole he may or may not be outside of his show, but his show's the fucking funniest thing in the history of our species, man. I don't think there's anybody funnier. I like George Carlin a lot, but just Hendry put out so much more material, man. 3 hours a day from like 1990 to 2006 at least. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna play some again because holy fuck, that's good. I'm sorry I got off on a tangent because I'm a big aficionado of a lot of different things. I have probably too many fucking hobbies. And also, what kind of a fag has this on his hard drive as well as Pantera?
One 1-800-449-8686. And now more on The Phil Hendry Show.
We're going to get Herb Sewell on here in just a moment to talk with us about the Michael Jackson case and other things involved in, the world of justice, I guess. Mr. Sewell, a very controversial guest. As a matter of fact, I was told not to have the guy on the air anymore because Mr. Sewell himself spent time in a forensic hospital, a psychiatric hospital for crimes against children and women. And frankly, I find the man, he's out in society now. He's not. In fact, I got an email that said, was he based, is Herb Sewell like Hannibal Lecter? No, Herb's not Hannibal Lecter. He's sort of repentant in a way, but he can't help himself. He sort of still has these relationships. In fact, here he is now. Herb, did you hear all that I was saying?
Well, I did hear a little bit of it, Phil, and I heard you say I can't help my relationships.
Well, you're still friends with Walter Bellhaven, the notorious child murderer.
Walter and I do speak by phone a couple times a week, yes. Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, Walter, through his attorney, Jim Webcock, is involved in a very interesting case right now. And this pertains...
You mean Walter, who is, let's tell people, he's incarcerated at a Atascadero Forensic Psychiatric Hospital for the criminally insane. He is suspected in a number of murders. He has been involved in all kinds of violent assault and crimes against children and women.
And men.
Okay, and men. So let's let people know who we're talking to. You say he's involved in an interesting criminal case or
No, it's an interesting court case. case, and no, I don't mean not to put it, I don't mean not to put him in the proper context. Yes, Walter is a monster. There's no doubt, and Walter would be the first one to tell you that he's a monster, and I would be the first one to tell you that I'm a monster. I hope I've learned my lesson. You know, I hope I've learned. I don't mean to scare anyone. No, I'm making a joke. I have learned my lesson. Although you don't know on some of those days when you get out of bed and maybe you had a very difficult day at work the day before, and you think to yourself, well, this morning would be a good morning to go out and catch myself an 11-year-old. But you put those back in the box, and that's the key. Put those thoughts back in the box.
All right. Well, what you say he's got a court?
Well, he has a very interesting case right now that Jim Webcock was telling me about. And then I got on the phone with Walter, and I said, Walter, what is this about? He said, well, I'll tell you. Walter has in his possession 4 human skulls, and he wants to retain possession of these human skulls. And the court wants to take these from him. Now, these are part of his possessions that are at his home in Pleasanton, California, with his wife, Bunny. And
hold on for a minute.
Yeah. What? Are you talking about Bunny?
Yes.
I know a lot of people find that funny. They find the name Bunny funny. But no, that
is that really his wife's name? He's married?
Oh, yes.
How long has he been married?
Oh, my God, he met Bunny.
Bunny Belhaven, huh?
That's correct, yes. Her real name is Roberta Ellen Belhaven, and she was at one time very, very well connected in the San Francisco area in the legal profession. She started out as a clerk, as a matter of fact, for Melvin Belli, and moved her way up and eventually did become an attorney. She never represented Walter, but she met him by virtue of the fact that he'd been in and out of court so much, you know. When you're Walter, you don't know whether he's a criminal or whether he's one of the accused. You know, so in any event...
All right, so Bunny Belhaven up there, and they're married, huh?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, what does she think about all of these horrific crimes he's committed?
Oh, she doesn't approve of it at all. She doesn't approve of it at all.
Well, is she afraid of him?
Oh, my God, no. Other way around. Other way around. No,
he's afraid of her.
Oh, yes, yes. You might say that Bunny has the keys to the castle. You know, no, Walter, when it comes to Bunny, he cowers like a child.
Here's a guy that's committed every kind of vicious, horrific murder and crime, has been evaluated as criminally insane. We're in a state where we do have the death penalty. And you think he's sane?
Oh, my God, yes. Yes, absolutely sane, yes.
And he conned the courts.
Oh, yes. That's what Walter does. That's what Walter does. And in a lot of ways, that's what makes him, you know, I guess that's what endears him to those of us, and there's very few of us, believe me, that's what endears him to the few of us who do find him to be a fascinating individual. All
right, let me see. He's got 3...
No, he has 4 human skulls.
4 human skulls at his home in Pleasanton, where Bunny Belhaven lives.
Yes, exactly. And so now, the district attorney in Alameda County wanted those skulls as what they thought was evidence of foul play, of murders.
Well, obviously they are, right?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. See, Walter, the victims that Walter is alleged to have murdered in the court records have all been identified.
But you said that you told me that the doctor treating Walter figures he's been killing since he was 10?
Yes, absolutely.
10?
Yes.
And got away with it?
Absolutely, yes.
So this guy is some kind of a mad genius murderer.
Well, no, I wouldn't say he's a genius. Phil, here's the thing that you don't understand. It isn't so much that people like Walter are geniuses. The society's so dumb. You know, it's the society and the police force, the law enforcement we have is so stupid, it's beyond belief. No.
All right, so let me get this. He's got 4 human skulls. The DA wants them as evidence of a crime.
Right, so the DA got a hold of them and did DNA and was not able to identify any of them. Bunny, through Walter's insistence, went back to court, petitioned to have these returned, and they were temporarily given back to Bunny Belhaven. in the possession of Walter's wife, Bunny, until such time as the Court of Appeals is going to rule on this, because the DA of Alameda County took it all the way to the Court of Appeals.
The guy's got 4 human skulls. They can't identify him?
Could not identify them, though. Don't know who they belong to. You know, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, you know, understand that DNA evidence, rather, is very, very recent.
Could these be the skulls of people that he killed, will you say, when he was 10?
I have no idea. And Walter isn't saying. You know, I mean, that's just the guy that he is. But
why do you laugh at that? I'm serious. Why do you laugh at that?
Why do I laugh at that? Well, I guess I laugh at it because on some level I understand. I know it's a tragedy.
You realize that these are 4 skull... Of course, I guess we don't know how these people died, right?
Exactly. They could have died of natural causes. They might not have died at the hand of Walter.
Well, why won't he say?
It's the game that Walter plays. It's the game that he plays, and in a way it's sort of endearing. Now,
but it's not endearing if these are victims of his own violence, right?
No, it's not. You're absolutely right. No, it's not. But this is the game that he plays, and this is why the state of California can't figure it out for love of money, and this is why they figure, well, he must be nuts, you know, and so they've got him there in the hospital. But
so Bunny Bellhaven, his wife, has got the skulls up there in Pleasanton. Is that where they live?
They have a home in Pleasanton. They got a home in Pleasanton. They got a home in Lake Tahoe.
What is he, loaded or something?
He has money. Bunny's got money. Yes. Bunny Bellhaven has got money. Yes.
And Walter does too?
Yes.
From what?
Real estate speculation, primarily.
How could the state of California figure this guy is criminally insane when he's got property, he's got communication with his wife?
Again, it's not so much the brilliance of a Walter Bellhaven. You know, it's the incompetence of the system that we have. And the reason why the system is incompetent is because the people themselves, the people, not the administrators, but the voters and the individuals we call citizens do not pay enough attention. And it's a very frightening area for most people. They don't want to deal with the criminally insane. You know, it takes a certain kind of individual to even want to do business with it, to even want to be an orderly or a guard in a place like that. These are not the smartest people in the world. You know, so what you're left with are people who may have a great deal of courage, but when it comes to brains, Walter is dancing circles around them.
So as we speak, the skulls are back but it's still being appealed.
It's being appealed by the district attorney of Alameda County, yes.
4 human skulls?
Yes.
Why is he fighting over the possession of these?
Well, why would anybody fight over their personal possessions? These are things that they belong to Walter. These are Walter's skulls. And as Bunny said in the petition to the court, and through their attorney, Jim Webcock, she said those are Walter's skulls, and Walter wants to have his skulls. And so Walter will get to have his skulls.
Well, what the hell's he do with it? Going to play with them?
I suppose. Maybe Bunny will bring him to the hospital for visitation. You know. Maybe, Walter, I have your skulls here. You know. It's really crazy, Phil, but it's the world, unfortunately, we live in, you know.
All right, Herb, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I was going to talk about Michael Jackson.
No, we run out of time, man.
All right. Well, there's a videotape from ABC.
No, I heard of it. I'll talk to you later this week about it, okay?
All right, Phil.
Herb Sewell. And the ongoing saga of Walter Bellhaven. You know, we never did get to Michael Jackson, but Walter has 4 human skulls, and he wants to keep those. And he's fighting the DA of Alameda County, and he's going to have it. Maybe she'll bring him for visitation. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
449-8686.
I'd like to welcome on now the District Attorney of Santa Barbara County, Thomas Sneddon, and he joins us via telephone from Santa Barbara. And Mr. District Attorney, Mr. Sneddon, I just wanted to ask you, what should I call you?
You can call me Tom, Phil.
Oh, thank you. What started this investigation of Michael Jackson? Was it the situation with this kid back in '93?
That was part of it, Phil. But really the overwhelming reason, I think, why we began to get our antenna up about Michael Jackson was that I was on the Internet one night, and I found a page of what were called Michael Jackson jokes. I didn't particularly find them funny, but I did find clues. in these jokes. Now, I'll give you one. This is from, and if I could get it from Sally's, page 3. This is from page 3 on a Michael Jackson joke page, and I want you to listen, just read between the lines. We're not telling these jokes to be funny.
There's evidence here.
There is evidence in this. What do you do if Michael Jackson is drowning, is the question. Response, you throw him a buoy. I was thinking they meant the life preserver, and then, because they spelled it B-U-O-Y.
But they're meaning boy as in?
As in little boy. All right. That was clue number 1. Clue number 2 came on page 2 in your deposition. You have that, Sally? I've got Sally's taking notes, if that's all right, Phil.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, clue number 2 came with this joke. Why was Michael Jackson spotted at Kmart? Now, the response is because he heard boys' pants were half off. Now, I put these two together.
And you were hearing child molestation.
I'm hearing child molestation, exactly. You see, Phil, sometimes a DA, sometimes you got to really get in and dig, and sometimes the other one that cinched it for me, though, Phil. The other one that cinched it for me, I think, and really put this case to bed for us. I think we got a very strong case, by the way, Phil.
Do you?
Absolutely. Was the following line, and again, we have this, will be entered into court records C325. Question, what's brown and in a baby's diaper? Answer, Michael Jackson's hand. Okay, so you put all of that together, and you have what I think will be an astounding case for the people of Santa Barbara County versus Michael Jackson. He came here. I think he molested some kids.
Do you really think so?
Well, of course, no, I don't, but I'm saying that I do.
I mean, what is the real reason for this?
For what?
For you prosecuting Michael Jackson.
Well, he's funny looking. I mean, isn't that the great...
Okay.
But, one more.
Look, I've had enough of the jokes.
Oh, you like this one. Have you heard about Michael Jackson's new book? It's called The Ins and Outs of Child Rearing. Get it? The ins and outs of... See, so all of this put together...
You really got an ironclad case.
Yes. So these are the things, I think, that make our case here in Santa Barbara and make me one of the great DAs of all time. And I'll tell you something else, Phil. I win this case. Next stop, Sacramento. Yeah, that's right. Attorney General for the state of California. Thank you. I'm Tom Sneddon.
Celebrity voice impersonated.
Thank you.
You haven't hung up yet, sir.
I beg your pardon?
You haven't hung up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Domino's. Let me have a...
Get out of here. There he goes, Tom Sneddon. So he feels that 3 keys that he found on the Internet led to the prosecution of Michael Jackson. The first was the following statement. What do you toss Michael Jackson when he's drowning? The answer, a boy. And then the second one, of course, what's brown and in a baby's diaper? Michael Jackson's hands. So those were the keys to the DA's case. Jokes on an Internet site. All right, 1-800-449-8686. Next hour, we'll be talking with Michael Jackson himself to find out how he feels about all of this. We'll also have Margaret Gray. She is going to be talking about, look, if your kid's going to get molested, why not buy a celebrity? And also, Vernon Dozier. If celebrities and priests and people like that can molest your kid, then maybe it's time we start looking at the Special Olympics. Here is Sean on the Phil Hendry Show. Sean?
Hi, Phil. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Are you a racist, Phil?
These are always loaded questions. Maybe we can post it on our website. Or Chris.
The Terry Schiavo case, from the standpoint of parts of the brain that can be affected, and I'm not sure that they're stimulating parts of her brain that could be affected as well. And I have wanted to, try out maybe...
Why not just rouse women with a sexy dance? And he'll teach men how to dance sexy so that their wives will get aroused. But the difference, Chris, is you do it for the women, right?
Yes, sir.
Why not just teach the guys?
Because, again, we have to know exactly what turns the women on. And also, women are like, if you know women the way that you know, I mean, I know women, and they're like Pavlov's, I think it's Pavlov's dogs?
Yes, Pavlov's dogs. In other words, they're reactive?
Yeah, there's a certain thing that a woman will react to sexually if you know what you're doing. And dancing sexy, believe me, is the way to get a woman to react. Most men are not familiar with that. I am. And the reason why I am is because I've just spent a lot of years being around a lot of women. And the other thing, as I mentioned at the beginning, Mr. Henry, is nothing that I'm proud of, but it is part of my ability to arouse women. I've, you know, for good or for bad, I've slept with a lot of married women. And
yeah, so you were saying. So that gives you some insight.
Well, don't get it. There's no reason to get pissed.
I'm not pissed. I mean, but you already said that you.
That's what I do. In my experience, the only way a woman can be excited is if a man dances for her first. That most women fake orgasms. They fake their responses. The way you really know when a woman's turned on, if you can do a sassy dance for her, and fortunately, it's something that I know how to do. It's something that we can teach the guys.
All right, 1-800-449-8686 is our number in the Phil Henry Show, and you are going to give us an example of your style.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't do it for you in the studio there.
But you have the music, right?
Yes, I do. What we do is we use a very tasty piece of Euro pop called Too Sassy. I'll go ahead, Lance Germain's here. He's my business manager. Go ahead and can you hear that, Phil?
Yeah, turn it up a little bit.
Love's going to leave. Now, here I go. Okay. All right, the first thing you want to do is just get loose. Just kind of loosen up the body, get very loose, use some moves that a woman will immediately recognize. Now, right here, I bend over and I grab my ankles. My shirt. Now, I bend over and I grab my ankles. Now, 2, 3, 4. Now I do a leapfrog over a chair. Now, what I do is I bring along a copy of
Are you in a studio right now doing this?
I'm in a dance studio now. Next thing that you want to do right here, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm doing jumping jack. I'm doing jumping.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I dropped the phone. I got a headpiece. Kill it for a minute. I'm sorry, I gotta get a headpiece in for my phone if you don't.
Okay.
Okay, so this way I can talk to you and I can dance at the same time. I'm sorry, Phil.
If I got a handheld phone, it's kind of tough, huh?
Yes, it is.
By the way, we're talking with Chris Norton from Chris Norton Entertainment. He will demonstrate sexy dances for women so that they can approve of these dances, so he can teach the husbands, right?
Yes, then we teach. I don't teach the husbands. We have a staff of teachers that teach the husbands. I only work with the women. I'm not interested in working with men, but I will. I do the initial consultation with a wife, then I teach the men because I don't teach the men because they're intimidated by my sexuality, most of them.
So you do not give personal instruction to the guys?
No, sir, I don't.
And that's because they're intimidated?
Most guys that meet me know that I got a lot going on, and they get intimidated. They don't loosen up, and I need for them to loosen up.
All right, go ahead. Do you have the music there?
I got it right here. We go.
I am too sexy for my love.
Yeah, okay.
Too sexy for my love. Love's going to
This is phase 1, 3, 4. Boom. I'm bending over and I'm grabbing my ankles now. Also, Phil, one of the important things for a lot of guys, continually purse your lips and form the letter O with your mouth. Just go. And breathe, like that. Okay, now, I do a leapfrog over a chair. Now, the other thing I do, and this is something that's unique to Chris Norton Entertainment, we do some Macarena-style arm movements.
I can't envision this.
That's okay. Okay, now, I bring along a copy of a Harlequin romance novel. And women love to read these books. What I do is I clench it right between my buttocks cheeks and hold the book between the cheeks. 3, 4. Now I'm doing stretches.
I'm sorry, what are you doing?
I'm doing stretches. I'm just doing stretches.
Okay, kill the music for a minute, all right? Kill the music for a minute.
Kill it, Laz. Laz? I'm sorry?
You're doing stretches?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Now I take my finger and I stick it in and out of my ear. In and out. In and out. One of the things I'm able to do here, Phil, I'm going to do this a big move. I can turn the pages of the Harlequin romance with my butt muscles right now. And I know you can't see this, but this is...
Chicks dig this, huh?
Well, a lot of guys... these are just moves, Lance, turn down. These are moves, Phil, that I have found have been successful that a lot of women have wanted me to do.
On the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk.
Now I grab my ankle, I hold it, and as simple as that is, very sexy. And now I'm up on my toes. Now I eat a peach, which is very suggestive. I have a peach here. I just let the juice drip down my face. Yeah. Now, a lot of women, as crazy as this sounds, give me the hula hoop. Give me the hula hoop. As crazy as this sounds, a lot of women like me to use a hula hoop. So, okay. Okay, so right now,
what are you doing now, man?
I've got a hula hoop. And then I have two major final moves. Okay, here's now I'm juggling fire.
Okay, man. If you got fire right now.
Yeah. Now a lot of neck rolls, rolling the neck and sticking out the tongue. Roll the neck, stick out your tongue. Roll the neck, stick out your tongue. Kill it. Laz, turn it down. This is very important, Phil. I wanted to let the guys know. It's very important that you do a lot of neck rolls and you stick your tongue out while you're doing it. Now, go ahead. You can try it in the studio, Phil.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Do some neck rolls and stick your tongue out.
I feel like a jackass.
Well, I know, because the sensuality is probably not there, but you can work it up. Okay.
I'm too
2, 3,
my
4,
love.
2. Okay, I forgot where I was now. Okay, what did I do last, Phil?
I think you were in the hula hoop. No, you were juggling fire.
All right, okay, so put that down. Okay, now I have two major final moves. The first one I'm going to do right now. Yeah. Okay, what I just did, Phil, is I turned around and spanked myself with a hairbrush. Now here comes the big final move. Get the egg. Get the egg.
Okay, when you say get the egg.
Hold on. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, what I did, Phil, is I did the splits over an egg and I cracked it. And
all right, so when do the men find out? How, do you teach the men?
No, again, once the women have signed their husbands up, then we move them on. I'm sweating.
All right, you dry off there. 1-800-449-8686. Chris Norton will teach your husband to dance sexy. He'll teach you guys to dance sexy. I'm sorry, Chris?
Lessons are done nude, and I don't want to be naked with a guy, so...
Are you nude in front of the wife?
No, I'm not nude in front of the wife, but when we give the lessons to the men, everybody's nude. Because it helps free up a lot of energy.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendrie Show.
One 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendrie Show is back.
All right, Chris Norton from Chris Norton Entertainment is with us, and he'll teach men how to dance sexy for their wives, but you first demonstrate it to the women.
That's correct, yeah. And I wanted to review, Miss Harry, what I just did.
Yeah, but this dance you just did is not what you'll do, not what you'll teach every man, right?
No, these are all moves that have proven to be the most successful. These are moves that women enjoy. These are moves that women don't usually see when they go to Chippendales or some of the other male strip places that a lot of women like to go to. So we've taken these moves. These are my own moves. And these are moves that I have pioneered and that I use in the dance moves that we teach to the husbands so that the women can be excited. All right, so I'm going to go through this one more time with your indulgence, Phil.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. I am too sexy for my love. Okay, 2, 3, 4. My love. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I bend over, I grab my ankles. I hold it, I hold it, I hold it. I'm swinging my buttocks back and forth. Now I leap up, now I'm doing jumping jacks. By the way, kill the music, Lance. Kill the music, Lance. I want to let everybody know these moves are copyrighted so that no one can steal them. Okay, are we on the air?
Yes, we're on the air. All right, so in other words...
Yeah, these moves are copyrighted.
You copyrighted these dance moves?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, 2, 3. I am too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now I bend over, grab my ankles, and now I'm doing jumping jacks. 2, 3, 4. Now I do a leapfrog over a chair. Now I whip out a copy of the Harlequin Romance that women love to read, and now, boom, I got this clenched between my butt cheeks, and I'm holding the book between my butt cheeks. Then I kind of hold that move for a while. Now here is something that is completely copyrighted, so people won't steal it. Kill the music for a minute, Lance. Kill it. Okay.
Will you come on, man, all right?
What?
I got it, all right? So that you're going to turn the pages of the book with your ass. Is that it?
I'm too sexy. Okay, here we go. My love.
Jeez.
Sexy for my love. 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. All right, now I bend over and I got...
Forget bending over. I got all of that, and I got the jumping jacks. Get to the part where you put the book between the cheeks of your rear end.
Okay, 2, 3, 4. Now the book is between the buttocks cheeks. And page turn.
I don't know how you're doing that, man. That's
Well, believe me, it takes a lot of... Okay, now I do stretches. I'm grabbing my ankle, I'm holding it, and as simple as that is, it's sexy. Now I'm up on my toes. I'm eating a peach, which is very suggestive, and I let the juice drip down. As crazy as this sounds, a lot of women like this next move, the hula hoop move. Here I go. Then I have 2 major grand final moves. Here comes the first one. Now I'm spanking myself with a hairbrush. Now I'm slapping myself with a belt. Okay, here comes the next move. 2, 3, 4. Ow. All right, I just did the splits over an egg and I broke it open. 2, 3. Now I'm attaching bacon strips to my nipples with clothes pegs. And now I'll do a somersault over an open watermelon. Now I pretend, this is a move a lot of women like, I'm pretending I'm a dog peeing on a fire hydrant and then
Okay.
Well, what, you do that?
That's fine. Turn your...
Lance, turn it off. What? What?
I pretend I'm a dog peeing on a fire hydrant.
These are all copyrighted moves, okay?
Well, the cats are going to steal those.
But you don't let me slap the side of my hips like Tracy Partridge playing the tambourine. So I do this woo, you know?
Uh-huh.
And the other thing that I do, a lot of the women out there, here it is. Yeah, I'm a somersault into an open watermelon.
Forget about it, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Norton. Good luck.
Can I give our phone number?
Yeah, go ahead.
Our number is 2, Chris Norton Entertainment, 213-251-3189.
I suppose you're bringing along all the bacon and the watermelon. You got a lot of food in your act, man. You bring that along?
Yeah, we bring along a refrigeration truck.
Okay, great. Unfreaking real. There he goes, Chris Norton. His big final move, he puts bacon strips on his nipples and attaches them with clothes pegs. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
One 1-800-449-8686. And now more on The Phil Hendry Show.
I don't know, that preceding Chris Norton bit may have been the funniest single piece of material we've ever done. It may have been the funniest single piece of material that has ever been done in the history of The Phil Hendry Show. We didn't even need any phone calls in that bit. Phil Henry Show, 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. We're going to, what are we going to do? We're going to take some open phone calls now until the end of the show at 1-800-449-8686. And people wanted to still call in about Columbine. I guess you can if you still want to call in about Oklahoma City. It suddenly occurs to me that all of these things are falling in quick succession. It's a little, it's a little sad. Anyway, do we have a call line? Hello, Alhambra?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Mr. Henry.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. I was wondering if anyone had called in about this Detroit thing, because I know that it's a tragedy with what happened over there.
The Detroit thing of the ladies who were shot?
Yes, sir. The two women who were...
Yeah, they were the two women shot in the Senior Citizen Center by that man who was out of his mind?
Well, I don't believe that that's the case.
Huh? Turn your radio down, okay?
Yes, sir. I said I don't believe that that was the case, that he was insane. I think that there is the culmination of it could have been prevented, and I think it could have been prevented at least.
How could that have been prevented? Well, yeah, it could be prevented. You don't rent a house to a guy like that or an apartment to a guy like that, and you don't...
No, sir, I don't. I think it could have been prevented if the women involved had a better sense of humor, and I'll tell you...
Well, sir, I mean, there's two women dead.
No, please hear me out, sir. I'm a Korean War veteran. I fought for this country 1950, 1952, and I'll tell you, we have had to put up with women having no sense of humor for years, and this has been going on for thousands of years, and now it's led to death. And to say that what Jerry Lewis said is true, that women have absolutely no sense of humor. And the idea that...
Women have no sense of humor. Let me back up. First of all, this guy, if you don't know what we're talking about, there was a guy who shot some women in Detroit. What was his name, Mike? Find out what this guy's name was in Detroit, the guy that shot the women. He told a joke, and...
He told an innocent joke to the women, and they complained to the building superintendent or whatever, and one thing led to another. I think it's so wrong that because women have no sense of humor, that two of them are dead today. And I think it's wrong to put most of the blame on that man. And
well, the guy pulled a gun on them and You know, I'm losing my temper a little bit today. The guy pulled a gun.
I would lose my temper too, sir, and I'm simply trying to get you to understand.
There's nothing that you have to make me understand. The guy pulled a gun on a couple of women. He told them a joke. Okay, and
it was a very funny joke, and I don't know if you heard the news. They had the joke on the news about a half hour ago. My wife has the news on. And,
did they have the joke that he... okay, what happened was in Detroit, a guy shot two women because they had complained about the fact that he told a dirty joke or a bad joke. His name is Kenneth Ray Miller, and apparently the police have him in custody now. He shot a couple of women because he told a joke. They didn't like the joke. They thought it was off color, and he got upset because they went and complained.
They went and complained. So this man, who is also an Army veteran, is my understanding... And I'll tell you something, you're dealing with people who have fought for this country, and you're not showing them much respect, I think, when we continually put them in social situations that can harm them. But
you said you have the joke. I didn't see it. Is the joke...
The joke was on the news, and I thought it was a genuinely funny joke. Well,
what was the joke?
What was the joke? My wife, the joke was... Now, this is the joke that he told the women. And
what was it?
How do you know if your wife is dead? And the answer is the sex is the same, but the dishes pile up. I'll tell you that...
That was the joke that he... How do you know if your wife is dead?
How do you know if your wife is dead?
The sex is the same.
Sex is the same, but the dishes pile up.
Now, he told this joke to these two women. They
went and complained because obviously they've got no goddamn sense of humor. And
I'd like to ask you to watch your language, too.
I'm sorry, sir, but they have no sense of humor, and they went and complained. Now, if these women had had a little bit better sense of humor, I think that this tragedy could have been avoided. But I will tell you that it is something, and now the two women are dead because women, and these old biddies are always complaining, and now look what happened. They could have been polite, they could have blown it off, they could have done an awful lot of things. It happens a lot, and I live in a home where women can't laugh at themselves.
Well, whether women can laugh at themselves and whether women have a sense of humor or whether they don't, I think and by the way, our number is 1-800-449-8686 if you want to get into this conversation on the Phil Hendry Show. And what is your name?
Yeah, Phil, my name is Lloyd. I love listening to your program, but I couldn't get in the last hour. You're talking about the Columbine deal, and I wanted to talk about this Detroit.
Okay, fine. But whether or not women have a good sense of humor or a bad sense of humor, you don't shoot them because they don't have a sense of humor. You understand?
No, but I'm trying to say to you, Phil, that
You don't shoot anybody because they don't laugh at your joke or because they complain about your joke.
No, but sir, please, I'm a Korean War veteran. This man, Mr. Winslow, Mr. Miller, I should say, he was a veteran as well. And I've got a sister-in-law. And I'll tell you what happened to me.
What does being a veteran have to do with this?
Because we've been in combat situations. And because we are a hair trigger away from committing a violent act. And if you hear a joke from a veteran, just laugh at it. Because
you're telling me that if a veteran were to tell me a joke and I wouldn't laugh at it, then he'd shoot me.
I'm saying that we were trained for violence, and we were trained to conduct ourselves in a violent way. Yes, sir.
Well, I know I've heard of veterans being wound too tight.
Well, not like a lot of these Vietnam guys, but I'll tell you, my sister-in-law, Teresa, I told her a joke. And she said she didn't approve. I said, well, then you could go. I told her she could close her cake hole. She didn't talk to me, and it ruined our Christmas dinner this past Christmas because she can't.
What was the joke you told her?
Well, I said to her, what did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend?
This is the joke you told her?
Yes, sir.
What did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend?
He wiped his ass. Now, she stopped everything. She wouldn't pass me any potatoes. She wouldn't talk to me, and it ruined our Christmas dinner. And
you don't tell a joke like that at the dinner table, in my opinion. You know?
Well, sir, I think you're a little...
No, you don't tell a joke like that at the dinner table. And
do you think that's a funny joke, yes or no?
What did the cannibal do after he... Yeah, I think it's funny. Yeah, okay. And I think it's funny, the joke that... This is the guy... The joke that the guy told in Detroit about how do you know your wife is dead, the sex is the same, but the dishes pile up. If you're telling that in a senior citizen home, you're going to have some women who have probably lost their husbands... You know, and maybe it's.
Well, I told the joke at a bingo game. I told this joke at a bingo game, and I will tell you, I'm a veteran. I said, "What do you do? What's the difference? What do a blonde and a 747 have in common?" And
what are we going to do? Jokes here?
No, but this is a joke I told at a bingo game. And
what does a blonde and a 747 have in common?
They both have black boxes. And the woman next to me gets upset, her husband pipes in, and the next thing you know, I got a handful of shirt. That could have been turned into a violent episode because she couldn't get off her high horse. What do women laugh at? I'll tell you what they laugh at. Knock-knock jokes. You know, knock-knock, who's there? Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, too. Abraham Lincoln who? Well, you never heard of Abraham Lincoln? That's what they...
Sir, I don't want to hear any more jokes, okay? The fact that when you tell a joke at a bingo, what do a blonde and a 747 have in common? They both have black boxes to a woman. That's offensive to women, okay?
Because they don't have a sense of humor. God damn it, why does anyone understand me?
And just don't tell those jokes around women and you're going to be fine. Don't tell the joke. Don't tell the cannibal joke. And this guy told a joke to these two ladies that didn't think it was funny because it had something to do with their husbands dying. That's all I'm saying. Don't tell those jokes. Here is Wes Covina on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a Korean War veteran.
Hold on. We got another person on the line. Go ahead.
Sir, I respect the fact that you are a veteran, and I respect the fact that you enjoy telling jokes. But not everybody has to enjoy your joke or anybody else's joke.
It's all the women. All the women. All the women don't like the joke. The women don't like the joke.
Let the woman finish,
because
okay?
I tell an awful lot of jokes. Some are funny, and I tell off-color jokes. Some are funny, some are not. But that doesn't give anybody a right to go and kill somebody. And please, don't tell me that this is an after effect from you being in the Korean War.
Women don't have a sense of humor. Women don't have a...
The lady just said she tells jokes.
Yeah, she tells women jokes.
No,
but
that's
the
not
funny
true, sir. I can tell you some off-color jokes.
The funniest
but some
jokes
people
are told by
appreciate
men.
it, some
Wait.
don't.
All right, let
and there's appropriate places to tell these jokes.
Hold on for a second. You're saying, Lloyd, right?
Yes, sir.
You're saying that there's a male kind of humor and there's a female kind of humor.
I say there's a male kind of humor, and then there is a female attempt at humor. And the men are funny, and the women aren't.
Well, sir, you know, that's very sad that you're so close-minded over that.
I've never laughed at a joke. Every time I tell a woman a joke, she doesn't laugh. Or she...
Well, you know, what did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? He wiped his ass. That's not what I would call a female joke.
It's funnier than hell.
But, sir, whether it's funny or not, the point is it doesn't constitute for you to take the right to kill somebody.
Ma'am, I didn't say that you should kill. I understand why he killed, because we're getting tired.
No, sir,
we're
I'm
getting
sorry.
sick and tired
I'm sorry,
of
there's no
women not
understanding. You
giving...
cannot understand a person
Picking up a gun and blowing somebody away.
I understand, after years of women and no sense of humor, why he would do that. I really do.
You know what, sir?
Well, I think
feel
that's
sorry
wrong.
for you. You must have had a very tragic life and not known very many humorous
I'll
women
tell
in
you,
your
I
life.
lost a lot of buddies in Korea.
There are several humorous women out there.
You
you
really?
live
Name
a
one.
different life.
Name one.
Myself as well, and I know several women that
Name me
enjoy
somebody
humor.
I've heard of that's funny.
Look, I don't want to.
Name someone I've heard of that's funny.
You would not know the
I don't want to
people
get
that
into that. I don't want to get into that. All right, thank you very much, ma'am, for your call. 1-800-449-8686. Have this old guy hang on for just a second, through the next break maybe, just to talk to him. I mean, I can understand a guy's got a joke that guys tell. You don't tell a joke like that at a dinner table. And the thing about being at a bingo game and, you know, what do a blonde and a 747 have in common? They both have black boxes. You tell that to a woman who's sitting with her husband? 1-800-449-8686. It's Phil Hendry Show. We found out what the joke was that guy had told the two women who didn't find it funny, who complained about it, and then he came up and shot them. The joke was, how do you know if your wife is dead? The sex is the same, but the dishes pile up. We'll be back. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendry Show. Alhambra?
I live in Alhambra, yes. With my wife, we had a heating and plumbing business.
Okay, Lloyd. Hold on there, buddy. And I know that you're in the service, and I know that you believe that poor vet in Detroit shot those women because they didn't laugh at his joke, because women don't have a sense of humor. But you recognize that it's wrong to shoot people, right?
Yes, sir. I'm not a child. Yes, sir. I understand that. But
you still maintain that those women, that wouldn't have happened had they had women. You think all women are humor impaired.
I think what Jerry Lewis said about women not having a sense of humor is true, and the evidence of it are those two old broads that got their asses blown away because they can't laugh at a quality joke.
Well, the quality joke you're talking about is, how do you know your wife is dead? The sex is the same, but the dishes pile up. That's what you call...
That is quality material. And they didn't laugh at it, and they complained about it.
But they still don't deserve to get shot.
Well, I'm just saying that...
Well, they don't.
I'm just saying that they were... if they had a better sense of humor, he wouldn't have gotten pissed off.
Okay. 1-800-449-8686. Here is Riverside on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Could I tell them some jokes?
Hold on. Riverside, yes.
Hi. I just had a comment for your caller.
See, this is a lady. I could tell her a joke.
Not yet. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Is he an alcoholic? Does he drink?
I think that's insulting to assume that.
I don't think so, because most
Well, why is
alcoholics
that?
have to justify everything, and you're trying to justify this man shooting his
Well,
women.
you know something? If you
for
got
not
an
laughing at a
alcoholic in
silly
your
joke.
family, if you got a silly joke, right away I can tell you've got no sense of humor.
You know what? I have a darn good sense of
Oh
humor. I used to be
yeah,
a
I'm
stand-up
sure you
comedian.
I'm sure you love knock jokes too, don't you?
No, not
Let me
particularly.
let's find out if you got a sense of humor.
But you know what?
Why
You're
does it
getting pretty
take so
hostile,
long?
so that proves to me. you
Why
have a
does it
drinking
take so
problem.
long for a woman to have an orgasm?
I repeat, you're getting hostile.
Why
so
does
therefore
it take
I know
so
you have a
long?
drinking problem.
Why does it take so long for a woman to have an orgasm?
Well, if I tell you a joke and you don't laugh, is that okay if I shoot you?
Okay, I got to know. Why does it take so long for a woman to have an orgasm?
Who cares? See, she's not laughing, and you know why? Because she's another one of these bitches that.
Okay, the language, watch it, all right?
Well, she doesn't have a sense of humor.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Henry, for putting up with these people.
All right, ma'am, thank you. You're right, she isn't very funny. Here's Mira Loma on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, hi.
I just think he is such a vulgar man.
Oh,
with
yeah,
some kind of
that's
a
what
warped
women
sense of humor.
say.
Actually, I was laughing a little bit, but you are pretty vulgar.
How many animals can you fit into a pair of pantyhose?
You know what? I don't even
Come
care.
on. How many animals can you fit into a pair of pantyhose?
Oh, I don't
All right,
know.
how many animals can you fit into a pair of pantyhose?
One beaver, 2 calves, 1 ass, and 1,000 crabs.
God damn. You know something, pal?
You don't think it's funny, but she did.
No, I don't
You
think
know
that's
what?
funny.
That really wasn't my point,
It's funky.
though.
It's funky. Yes,
know-
ma'am. Go ahead.
You know, here's these two wonderful, compassionate people delivering day-old bread to complex full of elderly people, and this man who, it wasn't really a joke, it was that he was using profanity. And that's what they
Well, yeah,
objected
they
to.
said it was profanity because he said about the sex.
Well, he was offending them just as you probably offend many people yourself.
Did you thought that last joke was funny, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a little bit funny, but
What's the difference? How do lesbians build a house?
Come on.
Now, come on. How do lesbians build a house? Well, they don't use the studs. They got to use the tug and groove method.
will you tell me this?
Hey, old man, did you call just to tell a lot of your bad jokes?
I'm calling to prove a point that vet just had a good joke and those broads didn't like it.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Does your wife have acute angina?
That joke is about 35 years old. This is what I'm talking about, Phil.
See, you have no sense of humor,
35
buddy.
A 35-year-old joke? I already laughed at that one in 1966. Get out of here.
All right, man. Well, one thing's for sure.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. These broads aren't funny, are they?
I don't want to say that.
Yeah, they probably think you're a real riot, though, huh?
Look it, buddy. I'm doing the best I can with your rotten call, all right? Now, all I wanted...
Why do women have 2 holes?
Forget it! Talk about an old joke. Industry, Pennsylvania on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm calling with a comment to your caller that's on the phone now.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a Korean War veteran.
Can I? You know what? I've listened to your stupid jokes. Now listen to me.
You didn't
It's
laugh
my
at any
turn.
of them either, did you?
It's my turn, sir. If you have any manners at all, it is my turn. You are. Do you ever? What a pig. Do you ever tell a joke that does not degrade a woman? Do you?
There
know
you go.
any
There you
joke?
go. That's their whole reason, Mr. Henry. That's what they always say when they don't have a sense
Well,
of humor.
do you know one? I'm asking you a question.
Yes,
do you
I
know
do.
One?
Yes, I do.
You know, I have listened to you. I found this station accidentally, and
Yes,
you
I
are
do.
just so appalling. I can't believe you've been on this long.
I know
But
a joke.
I want to know
Knock,
if
knock.
you tell jokes to women that degrade men or anything else.
Here's a joke. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
I don't play your knock knock crap.
Who's there?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln who?
You
I
told
never
that
heard
20 minutes ago.
You never heard of Abraham? Well, I figured it'd be one you'd laugh at.
Are you senile that you can't remember what jokes you're telling? And I would resent tremendously.
Hold on. My engineer is asleep. Hold on. Phil Hendry Show.
The other one is why are roach clips called roach clips?
Hold on for a minute, all right? I don't know that telling your jokes is doing us any good, okay? I have on the line here a Korean War veteran who feels that terrible shooting in Detroit that took place today, 2 women shot to death by a man who complained about vulgar language that he was using. He told them a joke, it was vulgar, and they complained, and he wound up shooting them, is the result, and this man, this Korean War vet, believes it's the result of women not having a sense of humor. And
I don't say it's right that those 2 poor people were killed, but I'm saying if women could laugh at a few jokes, like, I'll give you one, Phil.
I don't want to hear the joke, okay? Let me just go to a call. West Palm Beach on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Hello?
Is this a woman?
Yes, it is.
Okay, listen to this.
Do you tell any penis jokes?
Why does Dr. Pepper come in a
Do you tell
bottle?
any penis jokes?
His wife died.
Ask him if he tells any penis jokes.
You want to hear a few, baby?
Yeah, well, I know them all.
I bet you'd like to hear a few of them.
Well, they're probably just as vulgar as the ones you know.
Oh, you don't like them, huh?
You're a very disgusting individual.
Why do you Southern guys go to family reunions? To meet chicks.
You're a very low-class individual.
How could you tell if you're at a bulimic
and I
bachelor
think
party?
the war did something to his brain.
The cake jumps out of the girl.
We're not hearing these jokes, okay?
Because this old broad you got on the phone hasn't got a sense of humor. I was in the Korean War, baby.
I think he has to see
listen to this.
Psychiatrist.
What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball?
He is absolutely crazy.
A guy will spend 20 minutes looking for a golf ball. And
oh, will you stop with your jokes, okay?
Well, what's this broad's problem?
I have no problem. You're the one with the problem.
You got no sense of humor.
He has the problem.
You got no sense of humor.
I think he needs to see somebody about his head. He's got a
Why don't you
head
go
that's
see
in bad shape.
Yeah, I got to see some. When did you ever see my head?
Well, it probably has a peak at the end of it. It probably comes up to a peak.
You have seen it.
You really
all right.
Phil, your callers prove my point again and again. Women have no sense of humor.
All right. Thank you for your call. Back to Industry, Pennsylvania. This lady was hanging on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have 2 comments, and then I have to go.
Oh, not this broad again.
I can't take this man.
You can't take
anymore.
me.
First of all, I resent that he's calling these dead women broads. Who the hell does this man think he is?
Well, what are they?
I wish the family members knew where he lives, because if it was my mother, I'd find him. Second of all, he is a disgrace to the country and a disgrace to every veteran that ever fought in any war. Goodbye.
What's the difference between a downhill putt and a blow?
Forget it. Unbelievable. 1-800-449-8686. Gainesville on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, who is this freak here? I think his jokes are pathetic, and you know what? I mean, I'm like probably the first male that's called up about this. I think your jokes are pathetic, dude.
You straight?
Do what?
Are you straight?
Yes, I am straight. Hey, man, have you?
So you
Are
say.
you married? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
And does your wife?
Does your wife
laugh?
laugh? Yeah.
Funny?
Does she laugh at these?
No, because she's got no sense of humor. She's a woman.
You know what? I have a lot of girlfriends that are very funny, and they would beat the crap out of you.
You got a lot of
dissed them
girlfriends
like
there at the hairstylist shop that you work at, huh? And now these 2 women are dead. And if they'd just been polite and laughed at the jokes, things would have been okay for them.
You know what? I think all your jokes are pathetic. Does that mean that I should come and shoot you because I don't like your jokes?
Well, why would you care, okay? You still got someone...
Nobody cares about your opinion, man. You know that? Nobody cares about your opinion.
You still got someone under a dryer. What, are you going to come all the way out?
What do you mean he's got someone under a dryer?
He knows what I'm talking about.
I do, huh?
I don't understand.
You know what I mean, don't you?
I think you're a pathetic...
We got a shampoo and dry on table 4.
You know what? My grandpa's a Vietnam War veteran.
Is a Vietnam War veteran.
Some of them are funny, some of them are not.
Why don't you go and look at the name of
laugh at his jokes.
What war was he in? The
Vietnam.
There you go. You called it the Venus-Nam War.
They call it the Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Hey, you know what? I think that your mom dropped you down a couple flight of stairs, and so it like knocked your head around. Your head's on backwards.
What do you call
need to go to a doctor and get yourself fixed up.
What do you call a Roman with hair between his teeth?
Who cares about your stupid jokes? You know your jokes are pathetic. Are you that bored that all you can do is just listen to stupid jokes?
Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle?
You just told that joke. We don't want to hear that. You just now told that joke.
What's the punchline?
Yeah, because his wife died. Ooh, that's funny.
There you go. You like that, don't you?
No, I think it's pathetic. I think all your jokes are...
I don't think these are the kind of... I don't think these are jokes that queers would laugh at.
All right. You don't need to say that, okay?
I think you're pathetic, vulgar, old fart.
Yeah, I'm Vogel, and your grandfather was in the Vietnam War. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Yeah, I think the blame is being completely misplaced here. It's not about these women being humorless. It's about the senseless violence this man inflicted on these two women.
How do you recycle toilet paper?
Will you shut
up? So what that they didn't laugh at the joke? Like, a lot of people don't think jokes are funny. I've thought some of yours were funny. I laughed at them, but they're totally ridiculous.
A lot of people don't think jokes are funny. Who
Well,
are
you know,
they?
you need to tell jokes to the certain amount of people that will laugh at them. But this violence, it's even more horrifying when it stems from this nonviolent situation. These women didn't instigate anything. This man just killed them because he was as sick as you are. And these jokes that you tell, they have this underlying mentality of sickness.
Why do you call me sick? They're funny. Listen to this one. I'll be honest
I'm not
with
listening
you.
to your jokes.
My penis is the same size
Great, that's
as a
wonderful.
kindergartner's.
I love it. Thank
About
you.
4 feet.
Thanks.
See?
Thank you.
Mr. Henry's laughing.
No, I admit some of these things are funny, but you have to tell them to people who are going to laugh at them.
Hey,
You
what
can't
did
just.
What did Jeffrey
I've got
Dahmer say
Vietnam
to-
vet jokes, but I don't think it'd be appropriate to tell you because they're
Go
about
ahead.
you.
Tell me. No,
so
I was
you don't
in
tell
Korea.
women
I was
jokes.
in
That's the way
Korea.
it works.
I was in Korea, baby. I wasn't in Vietnam, as that other guy said. Hey, what did Jeffrey Dahmer say?
Stop with the jokes or I'm hanging up on you. You understand? Stop it.
Pathetic.
You don't want to know what Jeffrey Dahmer...
I don't want to know what Jeffrey Dahmer said to Pee Wee Herman in their holding cell. No.
Stop playing with my lunch.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, ma'am, for your call.
Thank you.
So what is this about, man, taking this call? You said he was a good call. Talking about his jokes. Those women would be alive today if they had a sense of humor. Boy, you know what? A lot of these old cats... You know what? My father-in-law sends me jokes all the time, and I shouldn't say this, but I hit the delete button. Only because my wife tells me to. She says, did my dad send more jokes? I said, yeah, just delete them out. Don't you want me to print them out, honey? No, just go ahead. Push delete. You know, I get a lot of... Did you get jokes? You know this thing with the internet? The only thing the internet is used for, seriously... The only thing that this high-tech world of the internet, where we have this marvelous opportunity to educate ourselves, to tap into these worldwide resources, you know what it's used for? Masturbation material and sending jokes. That's what it's for. That's all. The only reason why people log on, if you'll excuse my the crude reference. So what was the joke? This guy tells a joke about these, how do you know your wife has died? The sex is the same and the dishes pile up. And they didn't think it was funny? I didn't think it was funny either. But do they deserve to get shot? The guy that tells the joke is generally the guy that deserves to get shot, not the people listening to it. You want to know who deserves to get shot in any given day when it comes to humor? It's the guy delivering it, not the guy receiving it. My penis is the same size as a kindergartner, about 4 feet. Anyway, that's a tragedy in Detroit. And it's just been one of those shows. I got to get out of here. I got to go home or something, man. Columbine and the terrible tragedy at Oklahoma City. And now that guy's jokes. I don't know which is worse. 1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendry Show. Line's about to let you name your own price for gas. They crawl under the day. 800-449-8686. Venice, you're on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Wait. What did you say? Contrarian, you said something about play which one? Oh, $727.99? Let me see. Well, that was before syndication, if you know what that means. That was before, like, the higher quality ones. So, I only have a bootleg of that. I took a note here where he swore and it got out of the air for some reason.
I said to him, we're going to miss you, and you really helped build this show. And he said to me, you stop to consider the fact that what I was working with, I did a hell of a job producing this piece of shit. Excuse me, you might want to dump that, because I just said the S word. I did a hell of a job producing this piece of shit. Excuse me, you might want to dump that,
because I just said the S word. I just said the S word, and Tony he was asleep at the wheel. Did that go out on the air? Redondo Beach, Muskenmore. So it sounded like I would meet women at another campsite and that. Redondo Beach on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi, Phil. How you doing?
Good.
Can I talk about something that you were talking about at your show a few weeks ago?
What was that?
You just come from a friend's wedding, and you're talking about the people who've been there. You've been talking about. I guess is one of the guys who work on your show.
Yeah, we were talking about Schaefer's wedding.
Yeah, I just want to talk about because I was at a family wedding over the weekend. It sort of, I guess, didn't turn out to be good, and I'm just wondering what is appropriate for a family when they don't understand something that's going on, and next thing you know, you don't have any relationship with your family anymore.
Were you at what was it, the family wedding?
I was at a wedding for my sister, and it was held at my uncle's house. It is in Santa Monica, and my sister had the wedding there and the reception there, and also met a couple of the family members too. My cousin was there, and at that time we sort of hit it off pretty good at the wedding at the reception. And I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me.
You're doing fine. So were you at a family member's wedding?
It was my sister's wedding, yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, I got basically thrown out of the wedding, and I to this minute I don't know what happened. Because what happened is they had the reception in my uncle's house, my aunt and uncle's house, and I hooked up with a few people that were there. I was at a wedding party, and there was my sister, her husband, the groom, and then I was one of the groomsmen, and his best friend was the best man, and my cousin and two of my cousins and some girlfriends of my sister were the bridesmaids. Now, I saw my cousin at this thing, and I was having, a couple beers there. She had a couple beers, and we started to hit it off pretty good, and we got to talking, and there was an immediate attraction, I think, between the two of us. Okay, at this wedding, and one of the things about weddings, I guess, is they're really romantic. You were talking about being at this guy's wedding, how everybody was sort of hitting it off.
Well, I mean, weddings are really romantic, yeah, but I mean, they're. I tell you, when I got married in the Queen Mary. There were all kinds of people hooking up at that thing. So yeah, people do get caught up, I guess, in the excitement of the event. Sure.
Well, this is the thing. I heard your wedding on the radio. There's a lot of people about it. I mean, there's probably maybe about 100 people at this one. So I met this young lady who I hit it off pretty good with, and at the time I had no idea, who she was, because I hadn't met a lot of members of my extended family, and we hit it off. We got to talking about things, seemed to be having a pretty good time, seemed to be hitting it off pretty good, and one of the problems at this wedding that we were at, because at my uncle's house, there's not a lot of room there. I mean, there's a whole lot of people, and it's a pretty small house in Santa Monica, but I could tell right from the start that there was a lot of sexual tension.
What do you mean sexual tension? Where?
Between me and this young lady.
Okay, so you met this girl, and obviously you were really attracted to her.
That's right, and basically we started off pretty cool. I mean, I got her a beer, and we were doing some shiver shots, doing some jello shots.
What is a shiver shot? Is it this? You were drinking, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, it was very cool because we were doing a few shiver shots, a few jello shots, and we had a couple of beers, and we were dancing. We had a really good band and everything. And
what is a shiver shot?
That's you ever heard of shiver shot?
No, sir, I haven't. What is that?
That's basically you put salt. It's like a tequila shot, but you put salt on the girl's neck, and then she takes a shot glass and she puts it in. She puts the shot glass like down in the cleaved area.
In her cleavage?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's a shiver shot?
Yeah.
Well, how do you take that?
Well, you lick the salt off her neck, and then you're supposed to put your mouth down, and pull the shot glass out of the cleave area, and then after you drink that, and you're not supposed to use your hands or anything.
Oh, like the Greeks drink their wine. So you're sticking your mouth down there and pulling that shot out of there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And then after you drink that, then she has the lime in her mouth, and you have to suck the lime out of her mouth. So we do a few shiver shots, And
boy, so you had some sexual tension going then, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, she was very into me, and I'm pretty good looking. What happens to me a lot of times, a lot of weddings, because I am good looking. A lot of women will want to come on to me and everything. And most of the time I try to be very gentlemanly about it. But there was a lot of sexual tension between her and me. And I was wearing a tuxedo. I had a top hat. It's kind of funny because the tuxedos that we were wearing had top hats, tails, and a cane, and they had a swimming spats and everything. So it looked, I guess, pretty good. And top hat, man, I haven't been to a wedding where the guys are wearing that. That must have been one wild thing, huh? Well, it was pretty expensive from what I understand, but I looked pretty good in a tux. And the whole thing started. Well, you look good in a what? In a tux? In a tuxedo. In a tux. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So there was a lot of sexual tension. We were doing shiver shots, did a few jello shots, did some Jaeger shots too. And because of the sexuality that was going on between us, I knew that she and I want to be together. But the house was very small. I've been to some wedding receptions where they have them in fairly nice areas where there's a lot of space and some areas you can be in. I didn't know where we could be in, but I did notice nobody's in the living room. So we did have sexual tension when I was going. So we went to the living room. And my uncle got us, I guess, as far as, and got real upset. I found out, she says to me she's 19. My uncle claims she's 17, which right off the bat, I said to him that I think he was lying. And that's when we almost got into it. Whoa, man, so what do? You're having sex with this girl in the living room? We were having some, there was a lot of sexual tension. You're having sex with a 17-year-old in the living room of your uncle's house? She was 19. I'm very, very convinced that she was 19. You have to understand that the sensuality was spontaneous. Why do you think she was 19? Your uncle, this is your uncle's daughter. I assume she's your cousin, right? Yes, sir. And I believe she's 19. I do not believe she's 17. I think my uncle has had a problem with me for a long time because some other family problems he's had. And if he says to you that she's 17, what makes you think she's 19, okay? This is the man's daughter. Well, I could tell. How can you tell? If he says she's 17, how can you tell she's 19? Because I asked your screen if I could say this. There's a certain way that she trimmed it, and 17-year-old girls do not trim it up tight. Wouldn't her own father know better? What do you mean 17-year-old girls don't trim it up tight? It was just the way she trimmed it. I mean, no, I don't think teenage girls do. And I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want you to go down this road, okay? You understand? I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir, I'm sorry. But, I mean, it was trimmed up in the shape of an arrowhead. And I don't want to go down this road, okay? This is the girl's father. He says she's 17, okay? Listen, you got to understand, I would never, ever do it with a 17-year-old girl. And so he threw me out of the house. Now there's a big problem with my family. He told me to get out. I'm not allowed to have no contact with his side of the family. And I don't know what I did wrong. You were having sex with his 17-year-old daughter. She said she was 19, and we had a lot of sexual tension. And because of the spontaneity of it, I felt that it was appropriate. Well, you don't have any contact with his family because you were having sex with a guy's 17-year-old daughter in his living room. It's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault it happened. Why was it not your fault? Because of the fact that I'm very good looking, and I do have a lot of sensual energy, and I do look good in a tuxedo. She came on to me as equally as much as I come on to her, if not more. And, well, you got to take a look at what's going on here, buddy, all right? Hold the line. Phil Henry Show on KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. She's 17, and not only that, he's getting it on with her in the living room of his uncle's house in the middle of a wedding reception. Now this guy says he doesn't understand why he was thrown out. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, though. If he didn't know she was 17, he didn't know she was 17. I'll give the guy the benefit of the doubt on that one. The Phil Henry Show on KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Alan LeGrain in the KFI Traffic Center.
Phil Henry.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. The Phil Henry Show. Sir? Yes, sir. All right, you are at the wedding of your sister. You hooked up with your cousin. You're having sex with her in the living room of the house where the wedding reception is, right? Well, there's one thing I want to make clear is that I was not trying. You're saying there was so much sexual energy and sexual tension between you and this young lady that what? That you couldn't wait? No, sir. It's not that we couldn't wait. It's that we felt that we were being discreet. Well, how is that being discreet, having sex with her in the living room of your uncle's house? And you got a wedding reception. You said that there were 100 people there? Well, the thing is, I thought we were being discreet because we were behind the couch, and the problem was that you were having sex with her behind the couch. Yes, sir. But the problem was she kept putting her legs up in the air, and I told her that either she should push them down behind her ears or hold them down, and she didn't listen. That would gave us up. And bless her, she was screaming. See, I have a lot of sexual...
You know, you're giving me a lot of information here that I don't need.
I'm sorry?
You're giving me a lot of information here that I don't need, all right? The fact is...
Yeah, but I'm trying to say is why we got caught.
Okay, yeah, but sir, you got caught because you didn't have the good taste to have this intimate relationship in some private area, number one. And number two, it was with this man's 17-year-old daughter, okay?
No, but the only reason, Phil, why I'm saying this, if you just hear me out, is I'm trying to give you a whole picture of how sometimes the women are attracting me because I do have a lot of sexual energy, and it paints a picture of my prowess with regard to the sexual activities.
And look, I granted that you're a really heavyweight guy, okay? I understand you're a real sexual guy, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I got that. So you don't have to tell me all this stuff about how you got caught.
Well, but I wanted you to know that we were being discreet. And I was trying to be very discreet after we've been doing some shiver shots, and I knew that she was going to be crazy because she was doing shiver shots and jello shots.
And all right, so here's a 17-year-old girl. Let me see if I got this right. She's a 17-year-old girl. She's doing tequila shots, jello shots, and Jaeger shots. You take her into the living room of your uncle's house, behind the couch, and you say it's her fault you got caught because she wouldn't put her ankles behind her knees.
No, because she kept sticking her legs up in the air.
And I understand that, but I mean, don't you realize that you're in the living room of a man's home during the wedding reception of his daughter? Excuse me, this is your sister?
This is my sister, yeah.
All right, and this is your uncle's home. And you're having sex with a 17-year-old?
No, I said I didn't know that she was 17. I believe, and I still believe she was 19.
Yeah, you believe she's 19, why? Because she shaved it in the shape of an arrowhead?
I see no problem with what I did. And what I think is going on...
Well, buddy, I think you need a reality check here. Okay?
I'm family, okay? And we all make mistakes, if that's what we're talking about. But why would I be completely shut out of my family, okay? Why would I be completely shut out of my family? If you remember what George Michael did, they found him in the bathroom, but people still buy his records. And I remember because I know that George Michael sang in a song.
Yeah, they found George Michael was committing a crime, okay? And he got popped for that, and he paid the price.
Yeah, but he's not paying any price. He said it in one of his songs. He said it best, sex is natural, sex is fun, sex is best when it's one-on-one. And he said that in one of his songs on sex. I want your sex.
And I want your what? I want your
sex was his song.
And, I can't understand. You're saying...
I'm talking about the George Michael song called I Want Your Sex.
And I want your sex.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't understand I want your sex is what you're saying to me. Look, here's the thing. Your family's not talking to you?
My uncle's not talking to me and telling me I can have no more contact with his daughter, okay? And that's fair enough, but if she is 17, which I do not believe she is, but if she is 17, he says she's going to turn 18 by 4 months.
Well, what does that have to do with anything? The guy doesn't want you around his daughter, okay? And I don't, and I certainly 100% agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't think you're a pervert or anything.
No, but all I'm saying is she's pretty hot, and I want to keep her on the line until she's 18. Boy, that'd be wrong.
What are you asking me now?
She's 17, and if she's shaving it like an arrowhead, I don't know what she's going to do when she's 18. I'd like to keep her on the line if I can, you know. I don't want my uncle not want me around, and I don't want my family not to want me around. But I'd like to see what other design ideas she comes up with and everything else.
And all right, here's my advice to you, pal. Stay away from her. Stay away from your uncle. Sounds to me like he's ready to go get a gun and shoot you. And you got to understand these things happen, all right?
Yeah, that's family.
And I understand it's family, but you were on the floor of his living room at a family wedding reception. And
we were behind the couch, though.
You were behind the couch with her legs sticking up in the air.
I told her to put them down.
Yeah, you told her to put them behind her ankles, or her knee, or ears, or whatever the hell it was. Look,
family's supposed to stick together, Mr. Henry, and I think it was very unfair. And the fact is...
Well, if you don't get what's wrong with this guy, I don't know how to help you, all right? I think what's going to... Let me just give you this advice, okay?
Yeah.
Let it blow over. Let it just cool down. You forget about being around your uncle for any great length of time.
Okay, can I ask a question?
What?
Would it be cool if I had sex with her because of the sexual tension again in 4 months wearing my tux?
I'm sorry?
Would it be cool? I'm asking this.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Would it be cool for me to have sex with her again wearing my tux?
Have sex with her again wearing your tux?
Wearing my
Oh, you mean your tuxedo?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if she's turning 18, I guess there's nothing that the uncle can say about it. I'm just saying leave them alone until then. You understand?
I just have a lot of sexual energy.
I got it. Your sexual energy. Would it be cool if I have sex with her again in my tuss? Phil Henry Show, 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. This is KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.
What the heck is that?
Bill Henry.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. So you've lost the relationship with your family because you were having sex with your cousin behind the couch in your uncle's living room.
Anyway, I think we've gone over it. I'm not saying that I'm a saint.
No, I got to reset this for the audience. Do you understand?
But I'm not saying I'm a saint. I'm saying
I got to reset it for the audience. So just listen, all right? You're having sex with her on the floor in the living room behind the couch, and you say what went wrong was she put her legs up in the air.
Well, I had asked her not to put her legs up in the air. I thought it'd be more tasteful for her to put her ankles near her ears so that nobody would see it.
You thought it would be more tasteful?
Yes, sir. I was not trying to upset anybody, and because of that, I don't have a relationship with my family anymore.
This was at a wedding reception in the living room, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to reset it for the audience. And you're wondering why you don't have any relationship with your family. I think it should be obvious. Los Alamitos on KFI. Hello.
Yeah, I just am in shock. You know, I don't...
God, this guy... this is a wedding reception, sir.
This is my family that refused to have any contact with me now.
Why couldn't you spring for a hotel room? Spend an extra $7,500 and get a hotel room. Why would you have to do it in the living room?
Because there was a lot of sexual tension going on between us at the time.
Well, I think a lot of people have sexual tension, but you have to have a little class and a little common sense.
Well, number one, I didn't see any problem with it. There was nobody in the living room, and I did not want to lose the tensions that had been built up between us.
How old are you that you can't control yourself for 20 minutes to drive to the nearest hotel?
No, it's not about controlling yourself.
It is all about control.
It's about making sure that the sexual tension still is there. And this is a unique opportunity with a beautiful woman. She had it shaved like an arrowhead. I don't know.
Yeah, forget about she had it shaved like an arrowhead, okay? We're talking about whether or not you can control yourself. And other ladies are asking a good question to go to a hotel room.
Because I didn't want to lose the sexual tension.
That means there's something wrong with you if you can't hold it for 20 minutes and get to a hotel room.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it's not about holding it. It's about not losing my sexuality.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have you ever had a spontaneous sexual experience? I think you understand what I'm talking about.
I think that your family did the right thing.
When's the last time you had a spontaneous... I'm nervous.
A spontaneous
sexual experience.
When was the last time you had a spontaneous sexual experience?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Like a are you attractive? Are you married?
I'm married and have 3 kids.
Okay. Have you had a spontaneous sexuality?
Yes.
Where was it? I thought that you was on the floor in the living room or something. That's what I was talking about.
But my kids are in bed and my neighbors are in bed. I mean, it's not like
It ain't in the middle of somebody's wedding reception, okay?
Right.
Well, that's the difference.
You know what? I have wanted to have sex with my husband at something like that, and we have gone and checked into a hotel, cheap $50 hotel.
But that you lose the sensuality.
No, you don't.
The fact that
you keep your class and your taste. And you can still have fun.
How can I put it? Let me answer this, Mr. Henry.
You're not hearing what anybody's saying to you.
No, let me say, have you ever had sex on a manhole in the middle of the street?
No, pal, I haven't.
I did.
No. And you know what? That doesn't mean listen.
That's what I'm talking about, okay? That's about the sensuality and the spontaneous of it.
But that has nothing to do with it. You're a totally tasteless person.
No, ma'am. Everybody says, of the old people that I know, the best way to keep sex alive in a relationship is for spontaneity.
My sex life isn't suffering because I don't have a tacky attitude and screw a 17-year-old in front of people that I shouldn't be doing it in front of. I don't think that is sexuality. That's just tasteless.
Well, I actually did, Mr. Henry.
You had sex on a manhole cover.
Yes, sir, I did.
Where?
It was in Redondo Beach. And the funny thing of it was is when the chick got up, it was pretty funny. She had City of Redondo Beach on her ass. From the manhole.
Okay, I didn't need to know that, all right.
But it was funny. It was a funny experience. And that's
Where did you find this guy?
I don't know. He called the show. He wanted to know about the fact that I was talking about going to Mike Schaefer's wedding. And I don't care whether she had the City of Redondo Beach on her ass.
Yeah, from the imprint of the manhole cover. And so a lot of it...
Look, pal, we're talking about class. Class. Do you understand what class is?
I believe I do. I believe I know that it's love. And
there you go. It's love, and it's got a little bit of love in it. Henry Miller said something very interesting. You know who Henry Miller is?
Baseball player?
No, he's a baseball player. He's a writer. And he was very active at the turn of the century during the Bohemian period in New York City. And he said we were having just as much sex back then as they are today, with one difference. There was a little bit of love involved.
Who was?
Never mind, man. I'm talking about generations. Never mind. Los Angeles on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi. I think you're such an imbecile. I can't believe that you don't see what's wrong with what you did, and you're screwing your cousin.
I didn't say. First
Is
of
it
all,
your cousin?
First of all,
Is it your cousin?
Yes, it is. But first of all,
No,
you
that's your cousin. There it is. Right
That's a misnomer. That's a misnomer because
no, it's not.
They have found out that biologically, she's not my
you
sister.
can't just
Okay?
screw your family.
We're not planning on having no baby.
And you're at a wedding at your uncle's house in the living room on the floor.
All right, you may have a point there, but the point about having sex with my cousin got nothing to do. They found out that kids don't come out weird looking if you have sex with a cousin or even with your own sister.
Why are you giving? Why can't you look elsewhere? You said you're.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why do you have to screw your cousin?
Because she's very.
There's lots of beautiful women in the world, and if you're so gorgeous, I'm sure they all want you, right?
A lot of women do come on to me. I'm not saying that everyone does.
Well,
a lot of women do come on to me. But
leave your relative alone.
There was a lot of sexual tension between us because we were very attractive.
Well, if you were really attracted to each other, like the last lady said, you can go to a hotel room. There'll be more sexual tension by the time you get there because you waited the extra 20 minutes.
You go to a hotel room.
I'll tell you right now, most women don't do the arrowhead.
What are you talking about, the arrowhead? I'm 41. I've been shaving it for 20 years. It doesn't mean anything about me.
In the shape of an arrowhead? I don't think so.
I've had all kinds of shapes.
Yeah,
so it has nothing to do with anything.
Well,
you don't even know what you're talking
about.
about.
Let me ask you something, though. But she's 17. You tell me a 17-year-old shaving the
Oh, but I thought she was 19.
That's why I say she's 19, because she shaved in the shape of an arrowhead.
Don't you realize 17-year-old
arrowhead?
Oh, my God.
God almighty, what an idiot.
No, I'm saying no 17-year-old chick's going to have the sexual knowledge.
Why not?
The shape of an arrowhead. Listen to what
Why would she not?
Listen to what you're saying.
Listen to what you're saying.
I know what I did when I was 16, 17, so I know 15-year-olds can do it.
What shape did you shave it in?
It doesn't matter
That's none of your business.
What does have to do with it?
To prove that you were sexual when you were 16.
What does an arrowhead have to do with anything?
Because no 17-year-old chick is sexually aware like that. Only an adult woman.
They are.
What did you shave it in the shape of?
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that.
About your sexual creativity? About your sexual creativity?
You are just pathetic. Oh my God,
I'm not pathetic. See, that's the whole thing. Nobody understands Generation X. Nobody understands Generation X. Nobody understands Generation X.
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
28?
Yeah. And nobody
understands. Did you find any girls your own age?
The sexual tension. That's only about 10 years younger than me. That's not all that younger than me, okay?
When you're 48, and it won't matter if she's 38. And when you're 38, it won't matter if it's 28. But when she's 17 and you're 28, there's a big difference.
I didn't know.
Haven't you figured that out by now?
I didn't. Well, your uncle told you she was 17. Do you believe him?
Why would he lie to you?
I'm trying to say, if I thought she was 17, I never would have done her behind the couch like that. But I thought she was 19 because it was shaved.
You thought she was 19 because it was shaved.
You're right.
Listen to what you're saying. That is the most stupid, ridiculous thing anyone has ever said.
You have not answered the question that I asked you. You said when you were 16, you shaved it.
Yeah.
In what shape?
It doesn't. No
That's
shape
very
is
important. That's very important.
What does a shape have to do with it?
Because that says sexual.
So what if it was in the shape of an arrow? I mean, a point, a diamond, or a heart? Would that mean anything?
That shows sexual maturity. That shows sexuality.
Well, it doesn't matter what shape it is.
That
the fact
shows
of the matter is,
sexual
you can read any magazine and get the idea if she's 12, okay?
Well, I'm saying that shiver shots and jello shots, okay? You have to understand when you're doing shiver shots, okay? But I never would have had her on the floor if I'd known she was 17.
Why didn't you get out in your car at least?
Because it's a little cramped, okay?
Well, don't you think it would have been better if the whole neighborhood wouldn't have known, your whole family wouldn't have seen you doing it?
All I'm saying is I did not know that she was 17.
Had you known she was 17?
I never would have done it there.
Well, where would you have done it?
Not on the floor.
You would have done it somewhere, though, and there's your problem right there. She was jailbait, and you did it.
There you go, brother.
I would have brought her up onto the couch.
Oh,
Well, what does it matter? She's too young to be doing it.
Because of the
She's
sexual,
jailbait. You can go to prison.
because of the sexual tension. That's all I'm
You
saying.
need to go to prison.
Brother, you're lucky. Well, this is the thing. You're lucky that your uncle didn't press charges.
He can, and he
He's
should.
not. She said she said it was good sex, though.
Who cares?
Who cares, brother,
I
okay?
think that you're an imbecile, and I bet you're not very good looking, and you can't get it anywhere else, and you have to take your cousin.
Well, if you
can't get it anywhere else.
saw me, you'd be ready for it.
Well, once anyone hears you speak,
I'm 28
you're the
years old.
ugliest person on earth.
Okay, let me just put it this way, okay? I'm so good looking, even my cousin wants to have me.
Oh my God.
Even you're good looking, you're giving your cousin. Yeah, there's some guys down in the holler in Kentucky, man, that can say that, okay? I'm so good looking, even my cousin wants me.
Yeah, like down in the backwoods of illiterate, ignorant people. Yeah.
Whatever.
Belong over there.
Whatever.
Okay, thank you for your call, man. Don't you hear what people are saying to you, man? Pasadena on KFI. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I cannot believe this. I mean, that is the most disrespectful thing that I've ever heard in my life.
What?
I mean, you sat there and did that behind the couch. Didn't you know that people were going to be standing around?
There was nobody in the living room. The reception was being held outside. That was the point I was trying to make.
Okay, so when somebody has a reception, nobody ever walks in the house? Nobody
No, that's why I checked it out. That's why I checked it out. And I know that nobody had gone in the living room the whole thing because it was an outdoor reception, and the only people who was in the kitchen were the food server people of the catering company. And there was nobody in the living room.
No, that is ridiculous. Anybody knows when you're having a party at your house that people walk all over the
Well,
house.
why'd she put her legs up?
And that's another thing. You asked her to put her legs down?
No, yeah, I did. I told her to put her legs down because people could see her high heels sticking up.
Okay, you're asking her to be spontaneous, and then you tell her to lay there like an inanimate object?
No, I did that. I said put her ankles behind her ears because.
Man, this guy is out of control.
I cannot.
Buddy.
Who can put their ankles behind their ears? Nobody
Well,
can do that.
I guess that rules you out.
I don't know.
Oh, man, you are crude.
You know, I think you're like from the back hills of Mississippi or something.
I'm talking about, you asked me a question, okay? You said what girl can put her ankles behind her ears. What girl can't? Unless you...
I don't know anybody that can. Maybe somebody on like one of those TV shows, like one person in the whole world.
Maybe you're carrying some weight you shouldn't. I don't know.
Oh, my
When I do
God.
chick Chris style, the ankles always retract. And
Chris style.
I can't believe how rude you are.
Man, I'm not being rude. You're the one that says that no woman's allowed to put her ankles behind her ears.
Nobody can do that. I mean, and you say you're so gorgeous. I'm sure you have missing teeth, and you have a piece of straw hanging out of your mouth.
I can count 20 women in the last 2 months.
And I'm sure they're all as big as a house.
All right, hold on. hold on.
The street somewhere.
Hold on for a minute. Phil Henry Show on KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. When I do it, Chris style, the ankles retract. Oh, my God. Now, Alan LeGreen in the KFI Traffic Center.
Phil Hendry.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Do we have gentlemen on the line?
I'm right here, yeah.
Now, who is this on the phone?
Phil, my name's Jeff Downer.
Are you his cousin?
Yeah, I'm Chris's cousin.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I've been listening to radio here. I can't believe what's going on. You bagged Sarah?
Yeah, that's at the Julie's wedding.
You bagged her. Whereabouts?
Are you guys related?
Yeah, he's my cousin. He's my younger cousin.
You bagged my little sis? Whereabouts?
On the living room floor.
Oh, man, that is too cool.
Is the lady there?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You think that's cool that you did that with your younger sister?
No, man, younger, man. She's like 17 going on 35.
Oh, my God.
Wait a second. So you know that she's 17?
Yeah, she's 17. But you got to understand something. She has, like Chris was saying, she's very righteous.
Yeah, she's totally right.
But wait a second. That doesn't mean anything. That's your sister. You're all related.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she's been sexually active for 3-4 years.
Okay, but can't you do that with somebody that's not in your family?
Did she, you two in love or something?
Yeah, I told her I loved her.
Oh, and what about this?
Cool. That's very cool.
What do you mean you told her you loved her?
I told her I loved her.
Very cool, man. That's fine. What's wrong with that, man?
What about when your kid comes out with birth defects? Have you ever thought about that?
That's the whole thing. I'm a mechanical physics major at Caltech, and I know a little bit about biology. No kid comes out funny looking just because you banged your cousin.
That is not true. If that was true, then there would be no laws or anything against people doing that. It's immoral, and it makes the kids come out with birth defects. I mean, You disrespected everybody in our household.
Hey, Jeff, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Are you sure that no kid would come out funny looking?
Yeah, it's true, man. As I said in my second biology class, no kid comes out funny looking if you do it with your cousin.
What about your sister?
If your sister, maybe.
Oh, my God. Don't...
Oh, you know, the problem is, man, I forgot to bag it, so she might be preg.
Oh, man, that seems.
Oh, my God. You didn't use protection?
I forgot, yeah. I didn't bag it.
You didn't bag it? Man, that is bad, man. No wonder Uncle Joe is going to want to take a fire axe to you, man.
I can't go around the house or nothing. That's the thing.
What kind of a family do you people have? Are you from the freaking backwoods?
Your ass is Uncle Joe's now, man.
Your uncle is... I hope your uncle comes over to your house. You know what? I hope he does anything he wants to, because you deserve it.
What?
Your uncle is going to... I don't know what he's going to do to you, but whatever he does, you deserve it. You are a loser.
Hey, Chris.
What?
Who's the chick?
I don't know, some chick that called in the Henry show.
What's your name, ma'am?
Lori.
My name's Jeff. My cousin Chris.
How you doing?
Yeah, I know that. You're one big, happy, gross, disgusting family.
No.
I hope I never meet anybody like you.
Party hardy. We party hardy.
Yeah, you party hardy. You're probably spreading diseases all over. You're not using protection. I bet you're all related somehow by your mother and father. You know, all your relatives are probably doing it with each other.
I think you're jumping the gun a little bit. Have you ever done a shiver shot?
Yeah, shiver shots rock.
No, I haven't. I don't even know what that is.
It's when you put, first of all, you do is you put the saw on your neck, and then you put the tequila shooter in the cleaval area.
Oh, my God.
And then the dude goes down and drinks the tequila out from the cleaved area, and then you suck the lime out of the chick's mouth.
You ever done a shiver shot?
No, you know what? You guys are disgusting. You are so... I cannot believe you guys. You're so disgusting and you're so immoral.
My cousin did it with Sarah. You got to understand, man. He bagged Sarah. That's very...
You guys are sick. She's 17. Are you hearing yourselves? Where are you from? What world are you
Where
from?
did you guys grow up? That's what I want to know, because I know you're not born in California.
No, I'm from Temple City.
Yeah, our whole family's from Temple City.
No, but I'm sure your roots are somewhere from the back.
It is an unincorporated part of LA County, so I don't know.
Oh, so that makes it real redneck, huh?
Well, that's what the chick's saying.
And another thing, why don't you go find women your age? You know, you can go to a bar, they have happy hours, they have all types of things with people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, not people that are 17.
Hold on for a minute. Dad?
What are you doing, sir?
Hold on for a minute. Dad? Yeah, Chris is on KFI radio right now.
What is he doing?
He's probably talking to my uncle.
Yeah. Do you hear what he did? He bagged Sarah at Julie's wedding. Is that awesome or what?
What is he talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, my God, that's the father?
It's the father of who? Is that the father?
That's the father of the 17-year-old girl.
No, this is Jeff's father he's talking to.
Yeah. So Chris bagged her behind the couch, and the only way he got popped is her legs were sticking up in the air. Yeah. Let's fix it. What's your name, ma'am?
Lori.
Hey, listen, we're having a wedding over at my uncle's house next week. I was wondering if it's possible.
All right, thanks a lot.
Can you make it?
Oh, my God, goodbye.
Did I say something racist? We have a 5-year-old break.
I was just slapping his dog instead of getting some licky.